So, Afetu Andile Teddy Nkosi here. Ngila go Inside Mbombela podcast, and yeah, I think they're gonna add my number there. Contact me on the number on your screen if you're looking for a property to buy, sell, or you just want us to discuss a property in general, whether you want to invest in property, anything property. There's a number. There should be a number on your screen there. I'm on Inside Mbombela today. Sharp Fitty.
Welcome to this week's exciting episode of Inside Mbombela. I'm still your host, Leo Gant. On this week's hot seat, we've got Andile Nkosi. Andile is what we would call a property extraordinaire. But hey, let me not take all the shine. My boy, introduce yourself to my people.
Yeah, sure. As you said, Andile Nkosi. It's crazy. These days when I introduce myself, I have to mention my full name because people I went to school with call me Andile, and then actually people I went to primary with call me Andile. People I went to high school with call me Teddy. People I work with call me Andile Teddy because I've been using all of my names. And then the company I work for now, when I sent my CV, my boss decided to go with Teddy, and I'm mostly known as Andile. So every time I introduce myself, it's Andile Teddy Nkosi.
I know. I don't think I've ever met anybody with 5 of recognized names before. So nice to meet all of you guys.
We are happy to meet you.
My guy, I'm sorry. To my viewers, please tell us why you sounding like Teddy Pendagarasi, trying to push Chamonyana. Please tell them what's going on.
I've been called Teddy Pendagarasi in a while. Excuse my voice, my bra. I've got this terrible flu. Actually, my colleagues they don't want me at the office. Apparently, there's this swine flu, but I'd like to believe it's just flu. But yeah, it's messing with my voice.
You know, I've always had a theory that you only get flu when you kiss ugly people. Like maybe what you need to do. 2 centimeters. What do you think?
Have you seen my wife?
Please don't start singing that song. Because the last time
I won't sing that song. Only my daughter sings that song.
Okay,
even my 11-year-old son doesn't sing it. Well, maybe once, but my 5-year-old daughter sings that song. But
funny enough, that song,
she's a beautiful woman every day.
Yeah, I know. I believe you, my guy. I believe you. But you know what? When Andy.
Sure.
So a lot of people think that Vele we just met, but I mean I know a few gems about you, Vele, like things that I hope they don't catch you totally off guard. But
oh my goodness,
dude, you used to have cornrows. What happened to that guy?
Oh my goodness.
like you used to rock cornrows. Everybody knew you as Terry Song. I mean,
well, but I used to braid, yeah.
Nah.
Back then.
So when you
look at me now.
Don't worry. I went through that whole same phase as well.
One wife, 2 kids later, you don't have time to take care of it.
That's true.
Trust me.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah, it's back then, man, in the early 2000s, it was interesting. It's lots of work. I find it. It was nice back then. Now there's a whole lot of things like. Before I came here, I was washing dishes in my house. Yeah. So when do I get to wash dishes in my house? When do I get to assist my wife with the washing? When do I get to assist my wife with the kids?
When do you live? Like when do you find the time to do this thing called life? If you also have to, no.
You know. I know. So yeah, I've got an 11-year-old boy who wants to play soccer. He sees himself playing with. Well, he was hoping to play with Neymar, but you can see Neymar
is done.
Yeah, so he wants to play with Lamine Yamal. So he's the one who will show you how I did my cornrows because he's interested in those things. Yeah.
So, Andile, how did you make the switch from Checkers Riverside to real estate?
Oh my goodness.
Because that if you were Checkers Riverside,
Oh my
you were working with
goodness.
Saki. Saki was the branch manager at the time, I believe.
What?
Saki opened up Checkers Riverside. So, yeah.
Where the heck have you guys been?
We do our research.
You know
my guy.
Saki?
I know Saki.
Poku.
I know Saki.
That's
He's a
my
good friend of
G.
mine. He's a good friend of mine.
That's my brother, man. Hey, let me tell you a little bit about Saki. Saki, one time I decide when I was working at Checkers, you guys have been doing some research here.
I know.
So I will go to Spitz. I used to like the brand Cavella, but not those Cavellas. I just wanted something different. So I go to that shop, I buy this formal Cavella shoe. And when I get to work, because I was at that time acting and trainee admin manager.
Yes.
So when I'm there, there's my office at the back,
back office
of the shop, and right outside of my office we've got a storeroom. So out of the office, you've got the storeroom, you've got pallets being pushed there, and so I would take off my shoes and wear old ones so I can assist the guys there. So one time I'm searching for my shoes, I can't find them, and Saki comes to me, he's like, "Stop panicking. It's like if those shoes were, if all our shoes were to turn into cars, yours would be a Rolls Royce. You'd be the only person driving a Rolls Royce here. So no one's gonna definitely walk out of here in your shoes.
Your shoes, really, they're gonna be immediately spotted.
So
like, nah.
Yeah. So yeah. It was a very different kind of Cavilla. I've never seen it anywhere else. So you were asking me about the switch.
How did you find the switch easy more than anything else?
It wasn't really a switch to property. Remember, Mina, Checkers, I was actually part of the team that opened that branch.
Yes.
I was previously working at Checkers Hazyview. Then
that's where I met
ShopRite wanted to, that's where I met Saki. When Checkers decided, ShopRite wanted to open Checkers in Nelspruit. So the first people to go there, the ShopRite would look at Checkers in Hazyview, because now we've been introduced to how Checkers as opposed to ShopRite does things. Yes. Even though very similar.
Very similar.
But the same training. You are just told, now this is Checkers, you must look cleaner. But the training is exactly the same. So we were the team that was brought back, because we were traveling from Ganyamazane to a Hazyview, 2 hours specifically dedicated to just traveling. So we were the first team to go and open a branch, Riverside, experienced as well. So that's how it came about. So there, I think I worked just 2 years in that branch. When I quit, I was angry because I was a trainee manager, and I was quickly pushed into acting back admin manager, and I felt like here I am doing all the work that an actual manager is doing,
but you get overlooked.
What does Mordecai and Rigby say? Give us a raise, loser. So I go to my branch manager. I'm like, give me a raise, man. She's like, no, you are still too young. So back then I was in my early 20s. I think I was 23, 24. So at that time, I'm looking at life and I'm like, I've got so much that I could do. So I decided to actually resign with a plan to do music events. My actual interest and passion was music and music events. At some stage, I thought I was going to own a record label.
Might still happen. We never know. Weird things have happened.
I love music, and it's funny. A lot of people, when I tell them this, they get shocked. I'm a big fan of kwaito, but I love a very beautiful kind of kwaito, like your Zolas, the more lyrical version of the kwaito.
Foundation.
Not a fan. Look at Stella going crazy. That's the kind of kwaito that I like. So when I quit there, the plan was to go and do events. When we did do events, my brother Mandla, we went to Pretoria. We were doing these small Anyana gigs, and I think we did a total of 3 around there. The last one we did is where we actually lost all of our money. We did a show, we advertised it for like 3 weeks.
Damn.
Banners, everything. The last week, Metro FM decides to do this Mursa event.
Damn.
At a place which was about 5 k's from where we were doing our event.
It wouldn't work out.
Gate taking is exactly as ours. Imagine you've got, who's the most popular DJ in Nelspruit? We had your Stunkeros. Imagine you've got an event, you've got your Stunkeros, your local DJs, the popular ones. In Pretoria, we had your, what's this guy? Silly Bean. I remember for us, it was the little that we could do. But the few guys go Sosha, because my brother Mandla was staying in Soshanguve at that time. Yeah. When we told them the lineup that we had, they actually respected that we were doing an event that's got Silly Bean.
Silly Bean
was quite popular.
I know Silly Bean.
We had Silly Bean, we had Malankane. I think I remember only these 2. Because at that time, I was still in Nelspruit. Mandla was facilitating the events that side. I would go just a week before the event. So we do this, we market, and then Metro FM decides to do an event. They've got Fresh. They've got Vini. They had Vini. They had Cleo. Same gate taking.
Game over.
Game over.
Shame.
The sad thing was that we had invested our everything that we had on that event. We were like, with this one, the next event we're going to get Cleo. Long story short, we ended up sitting there playing the music ourselves.
How many people showed up? Like give me a figure.
I think they were not even able to pay. We couldn't charge them. We had about, probably at most was 12. For me, it didn't even make sense why they came there. Why they came there. You've got an event, Ekuku Center. It's got your Stunkeros and all of that. In as much as you want to support them, you've got an event, a 6. In Mapurisa, in same price.
Like seriously, you want your money's worth at the end of the day.
You know what? We packed the stuff. We put up the sounds and everything. By 10, we packed the stuff. We said, let's just go and groove, sleep. 2 days later, I came back to Nelspruit. Then I've now resigned at work. I've taken all the money that I had, put it into these events that we had been doing now. This is now 2007. That's 2008. Then late 2008, I joined Terrace Properties. 2008, we are right in the heart of a recession.
Yes, nobody was buying.
Tell you, I worked in that company for a year and a half. Never sold a single property. We were just surviving on rentals. Now remember, I had been told about property, but I had been working as one training and acting back admin manager in a supermarket.
Yes.
I've got a basic salary. There's overtimes. I just work 2 weekends and my salary is like, Then you're telling me I must quit my monthly secured basic salary to go in for a commission.
Yeah.
No way. So I joined it out of desperation. I'm hungry. Not used to applying for a job. So I said, let me try this thing. I tried it. We were just surviving. Fast forward 2010, I meet a guy by the name Max. He goes by the name Max Ndlala. Mpikeleli. we decide to open a small shop, La Peligazi, to sell pizzas. We actually opened it 31st of December 2010. Run that thing. Because we are into this thing of one day we'll have our own brand competing with your debonaires and the like. So yeah, from there on we just ran the shop. It did okay, we survived, but we had other things disturbing us. 4 years later, 2014, we closed shop. We are into all these other things that we're doing. I was in and out of property from there. In, out, in, out, in, out. I was doing it as a part-time thing on the side. Hey, oh, you're looking for a place to buy, and then I'll call a colleague that I
Yeah.
know. Here's a client. When they sell, they will give me something. It was just that from there on. But I've been back in the industry full time now. It's been almost 2 years now.
2 years now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andile, I'm speaking from, I may be speaking from a point of ignorance or not knowing too much about a thing, so
Okay.
do forgive me.
No problem.
But it looks to me like property prices in Nelspruit are expensive for no apparent reason. Am I seeing things correctly, or do you know something I don't?
Yeah, I'm with you there. Funny thing about that, I remember I once asked one of my bosses, why is property so expensive in Nelspruit? And it was a white lady. She looked at me. She's like, immediately when she looked at me, I knew she doesn't have an answer. And then she started gibberishing around. Yeah, I don't know, Teddy. I think maybe it's because we have the biggest government complex.
No, that's so.
At the back of my head, I'm thinking, Gauteng employs the most government employees. Gauteng employs, in fact, Gauteng employs the most of everybody. There's people who get paid every day in Gauteng. But then the thing with Gauteng is that you've got options. If you're looking for this price range, you can either go up market, middle market, low market. I honestly don't know. Honestly, I cannot give you the answer. I think the only thing that makes sense to me that I can tell you right now is that we have a bit more demand than supply. Because sometimes I can tell you, right, as an agent, I'm sitting. I remember the guy who taught me property, Terry, is one of the smartest guys I know. Well, people who know will tell you, that's your brother. He's one of the smartest guys I've interacted with like this. This guy, Joe, he says, we're talking, he says, when he gives us the training, he says, guys, okay, now I'm giving the most basic tip about being one of the best agents or about making money in property. It's basics. He says, stop worrying about buyers. Concern yourself with stock. You imagine ShopRite having all these buildings sitting there and there's no coupons because they're thinking, no, we don't have it on special now, so let's not have it. Or currently it's expensive, let's not have it. Imagine a car wash without water.
Good.
So he says, focus on stock. Don't worry about the buyers. The buyers, the right property at the right price.
We'll find the right buyer.
You don't have to advertise it.
So, Teddy, speaking of properties that you have for sale, what would you say is the best property that you have available right now?
There's a property that I'm selling in Ridge Hill. Beautiful property. It's not just because of the price, because the properties that I love the most, actually, it's one that I've recently put an offer on. It's here, La Carinola. The reason it's 880,000. I love it because it gets me paid. This one I'm talking about, I love it. It's beautiful. It's fancy. There's actually one that I was supposed to list Elawini, but we had an issue where the owner thought it was worth so much, and I thought it was here. And remember, I'm talking from
Experience.
numbers. So he wanted us. So I told him, I'm not gonna list this property. It's gonna make me stupid.
So wait.
So the one I'm talking about at
Yeah.
the Rich Hill, it's selling for 4,300,000.
Yes.
Beautiful property.
Dude, silly one for you.
Yeah.
Clearly, I always thought that when it comes to property evaluation, a professional will come in and say, based on these metrics, proximity to schools, highway, what, airport, yada yada.
Yeah.
This is what
Should be
it
worth.
should be worth. Ne?
Yeah.
But then there's another element that you brought to my attention now, which is the emotional element, where an owner says, "No, man, I bought this thing for 1.1. I have spent 600 on it.
Doing this.
So
doing that.
it should be at least 1.7."
Sure.
Then when you're like, but I hear what you say.
Yeah.
But that's not how it's supposed to work.
Yes. There's obviously, what do we call it? We do what we call CMA, comparative market analysis. Property value, that's what they do. Check based on previous sales. Market value is this. There's also an app that you put in, and it's an AI app that will do the valuation for you, but it's an app. Sometimes it gets it wrong. Sometimes it gets it right. Yours is to make sure that whatever figure it gives you, you go back and you do the maths yourself manually.
To check.
Yes. So you do both, and yeah. And then there's cases where an owner will tell you, like the one I was telling you about. It's a beautiful house. It's actually how many one? It's a 3-story house. Very nice house. It's not even finished. But he's done about 70% of it. He's already living in it. Now, the
How much?
price, when I did my numbers, the numbers brought me at around 8.5. He said he was hoping to get 18 million.
18.
There's not a house in that complex that sold for even 12 million. So
How would one explain the 10 million gulf?
it's, for me, I was shocked. I was shocked when he said that, and I told him, listen, I'll get back to you. Sat down and I tried to make sense of the numbers. It just didn't make sense. And I told him, look, get another agent, ask them to list it for you. If it sells for anything above 14 million, I'll buy you a bottle of whatever that you like, up to 1,000. That's what I told him. He laughed. I told him, if it sells for anything above 14 M, I'll buy you a bottle of whiskey.
Andile, earlier on, you said that there's certain lawyers who have actually registered as property practitioners as well.
Yes,
because it makes better sense to have everything under the same
everything
umbrella.
in the same house. Yes.
Then we looked at it and we're like, but wait a minute, how come every other industry has got the middleman? They found a way to cut out the middleman, except for property practitioners.
Yes.
Like, can I buy a property without a lawyer and or a real estate agent?
Without a lawyer, no. Without an estate agent, yes. 100%, absolutely.
Is that what they call a sole mandate? What was that? What does that mean?
Now we're getting too technical there. We're getting right into property. You can't buy a property without a lawyer. It's like, let me see. There's wholesalers, there's retailers. You can skip the retail and go straight to the warehouses, right?
Yeah.
But how many people want to do that? And remember, if you want to go directly to the seller, where do you get that seller? But if you do get the seller, you can actually do it. I'm actually trying to think where can you do it without an attorney. But let's finish the one of
Would you advise it though?
It's doable.
Would you advise it?
Well, uh,
That's a no.
I don't
That's
know.
a no if I've ever heard one before.
If look, it's an industry that exists, and it exists to make things easier for a number of people. At times it makes things difficult. We've had issues of real estate agencies and agents ripping people off,
Yeah.
and then it makes you think, if the agent wasn't there, I wasn't going to be ripped off. Then we've had issues where a so-called seller sells you a house that is not in his name. Let me tell you how some have made a mistake. There were times when if I were to rent your house, we would have to go Mbombela, you register the rates and taxes or the levies or Sluluman's bill in my name because I'm your tenant, then it's in my name, I pay. If Slulumans wants to take anybody to court for not paying water bill, it will be me,
Not
as
the
opposed
tenant.
to taking the property owner, because the property owner is not the one using the water. Those people have actually tricked people by bringing out that thing as, you see, this is my property. You've got cash. Now you've just seen my name on one of the documents, Ale property, and I say to you, I'm desperate for money. You give me 800,000 now, I give you this house.
Damn.
Would you not be tempted?
I would be tempted. It makes sense on somewhat.
When you go to the bank, you discover I don't own the property. Now I'm actually Komatatiel in Eastern Cape. I'm gone. How are you going to get your money?
Never. It's gone.
The reason our government said any property that is being sold, it must go through attorneys,
Was to mitigate that.
Yes.
No, I get you.
You get buyers, he's applying for a bond, but he's got 200,000 as a deposit. That deposit, where does it go if there's no agent? Okay, you don't pay the agent in any case. The money, when you buy the house, the money goes to the attorney's account. Now the attorney, remember, attorneys, just like with medical practitioners and others and so forth, when you walk into their office, they should have plugged their registration document there. You take a picture of that, you go to LPC, Legal Practice Council, you give them the registration. Who are these people? They check it. Oh, yeah, we know them. So then say attorneys, yeah, we know them. They are regulated, they are well. You pay that deposit into their account. If they disappear with your money, you don't even go to the owner.
It's like
That's where your case is.
It's basically exactly like the National Credit Regulator. Yeah, because I get Lebona. Before Andile can start loaning out money officially,
Yes.
Andile must have given them, I think the figure is about 12 million.
That's it.
Yeah, that they need to, that's the amount you need to apply for a license. Okay. Yeah. So that should something happen and Andile decides to elope with this Nigerian girlfriend, Bahame, then the money was not sitting with Andile in the first place. It was sitting with NCR. Then they can pay out everything that Andile had said he could deliver on.
Exactly.
What is better between renting and buying, or does it depend on the individual person what they're going through at that moment?
I love this question. I love this question. The guy who taught me property, I remember when he was training us at some stage, Terry's. After us training for a couple of days, someone would just raise a hand and ask a question, and instead of answering, he would look at the whole class, and we all would be like, "It depends." There's no straight no, straight yes.
Okay.
Because it depends. Why are you renting?
Yes.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
Personally, the answer from me as a black person who grew up kagogo, only got to experience likhaya lakubo sengikhulakhulile, because my mother loved her mother so much that she invested almost all her energy to the mother. We grew up kagogo. We're a big family, still will tell you. So it's nice growing in a big household, but it's crazy because when there's small issues near clash.
Fact.
So being a black person who grew up in a house that was full of people, in as much as there's all those nice experiences, I would go with the house first,
Yes.
buy it,
Mm.
and then everything else will follow.
Okay.
Everything else will follow.
How do you feel about land grabs? And how would you advise somebody who's potentially interested in land grabbing as opposed to renting or buying? Since this is the question.
Yo. I've seen people bawina kuma-land grabs. I've seen people lose kuma-land grabs. So there's people who've benefited out of that.
But
I'm
the
not a
opposite
fan
is also
of
true.
that thing. I don't like it. I remember lapha say Nomzamo. Nomzamo was done, and there's a few who've benefited, few who've lost out. Then ngalang and as right opposite Posha Shabang. I went there when they were busy working on that, and one thing that made me decide with the land grabs I'm never gonna be part of. One guy came up and he said, Andile Ula, so it's official. Because I'm a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Since I'm there, they take it.
Yeah, rubber stamping.
That was the last time.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You see, so it also affects your brand as well. Because ngala, you want to be seen as a trusted person. In as much as a part of you, the hunger makes you want to go there and see who's it. But for those, if they feel it works for them, I'm not there. I'm not there. Another example would be Nyalo Karino properties. There's properties that should have sold 12 months back. They are sitting there still being advertised. I know personally 2 people whose houses buyers put offers. Then when the land grabbing got out of hand, buyers revoked their offers. Said no, not with these people outside. But then this is South Africa. We will always have these issues.
It's a fact.
Yeah. Sandton is street. Out of Sandton, you've got Alex. But Sandton prices keep soaring. And I've seen that with Carino. They just stayed. And then by 1,000, 5,000, they just keep going up again. And I said, if only Carino residents, Samarin residents can just focus on Carino, Samarin, make the person outside envy to come and stay inside. That's it.
That's it. Andile,
Sure.
weird one, but this is me. And actually, you are lucky because as far as Leo goes, I have not asked you any weird questions. So I've been behaving. So yes, I have found the light in the future.
Keep the behaving
Amen.
right here.
Done.
Thank you.
Mitchum, would you buy the house you're living in now?
Wow.
You did indicate that you are currently renting. You've got a house in
That I
Tegwane
bought
South.
at Tegwane South.
Yes, so you currently
The
renting.
one I'm living in, would I buy it? No. It's a nice house. It's a nice house. But if you asked me this a year and a half ago,
Okay,
I would have said yes.
okay, fair enough.
I
So
remember
it's
because
not a
of
terrible.
exposure and this and that, I wouldn't. Not now. My wife likes it,
Yeah.
but we discussed it, and I told her, she was like, she'd love for us to buy it, and I said, but our lender's not selling. I said, no, it's fine. I'm just saying we would. And then she sat down and said, would you? I said, no.
But this is how I look
We
at
want
it.
flat.
Yes, it's a double
It's a
thing.
duplex where we're
It's a duplex.
saying,
Okay.
yeah. So when we have our main bedroom downstairs, this oldest son sleeps upstairs. We feel like we're disconnected with him. He's too
Oh,
far.
he's too far.
Yes, we took it because it was the only thing that was available, and we needed to be in the area,
Fair
and it
enough.
was a very good price. So we just went with it. Sure.
Mr. Andile,
Yes, sir.
I don't want to take too much of your time. We've already taken too much of it. As you can see, people, good people. The sun is going down, literally in front of our eyes. And yeah, I don't know about this man, but I'm sure really he's got better things to do than to look at this ugly face. So, Auti, in closing, would you, what would you suggest to a person who wants to buy a house in Mbombela? What would be the big bad advice to him or her?
Sure. Yeah. No, I've heard this question and I'm busy trying to find an answer. Look, Mombela, one thing I've enjoyed about in Bombela from people who are coming from outside, because it's easy, Pela. I was born, bred and battered here. Sometimes we don't see the beauty of it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Many times people come, especially people from a Gauteng, they love the scenery, just the scenery itself. Nje. And then what's the other one thing one actually said it's a lady that is coming from Pretoria. She's like, I like the quietness, I like the slowness of the city. And
Slow felt. It's not
as
low felt. Slow felt.
slow fame. Oh my goodness. I wonder if Steno will agree with that.
I don't know why. We have our fights, our fair share of fights, so it's fine.
Look, for me, Nasbreak has a lot to offer. Just, I would say, I wouldn't say go specifically there or here. Just explore the place. That's why when people come, we many times they first rent, travel the place. Speaking of that, actually, um, I've got a lady who bought a stand, just a couple of stands from here. She is from that side, Yabo Pinoni. She came to bury a friend this side, and then when they were passing Badlula Pagat na Pagat between Karina and Samarin, and she was like, "Oh, I love this complex. What is it with it?" Then when she was back at home, Wangenago Property 24, she found me there. She gives me a call. Listen, I don't know the place that well. I'm retiring. I'd love to retire. Ngihlala in Mpumalanga, indawo zey'ntaba, especially that complex. And I said, just come through. So you love Nelspruit for all the different things that it offers you.
Yes.
Quietness. It's not as busy. Like I've got a brother-in-law who stays at Four Ways, just outside Four Ways. He's been here a couple of times. In fact, the second time he came to visit me, the one thing that he mentioned was the air that I'm breathing here.
It's better.
It feels clean. I can't tell the difference. When I'm in Joburg, I'm enjoying being there. He said, it's different, man. It smells clean. And I was like, wow, I never paid attention to that. And then who else said, can I drink water from the tap?
Yeah.
A lady was coming from, I think this one was actually coming from Secunda. Can I drink water from the tap?
But she's from Secunda. You understand the question, right?
Exactly. It's those things where even water from Ganyamazane Kaslam, there are times when you like, can I drink this? Because sometimes it comes out brown. But then this lady went and rented a place, a Karen, and then she's like, can I drink water? And I'm like, yeah, you can actually. And then she's like, 2 days later, she's like, wow, the water is so nice and clean. I said, yeah, I stay in the complex as well. I enjoy water straight from the tap. So there's a lot of pluses. I would say now, spray just come and experience it yourself. It's a very nice place to be, man. It's quiet and the crime is not as bad as other provinces as well.
Sure.
So yeah,
Andile, thank you for spending this afternoon with us.
thanks, man. Thanks. Thank you guys for having me. And yeah, I'm loving this. I was checking your videos and very interesting stuff. I'm loving what you guys are doing.
Thank you, good sir.
It's lovely, man. Hopefully, I'll come back when the podcast is beat even your
No names.
what's that guy?
No names. No names.
Whoever the whoever's and
Yeah, well, whoever. I like beating that
beautiful,
guy.
man. I appreciate this. Hopefully, one day I'll even come with a colleague where we can have a broader discussion.
Absolutely. Have 4 mics. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Thanks
Let's
a lot,
unpack a
man.
few of
All the
these
best
things.
with your podcast. And hopefully, when I come back, I would have now built myself a rental building, because
Yes.
that's what we're
That's the
gravitating
dream.
towards as property agents. If I meet a property agent who doesn't dream about owning a block of flats or a mini Carinoniana of his own,
Then what's the point?
I get scared.
You should be scared
Yeah,
because
we our ultimate goal is to do those things.
Yeah.
Own a block of flats and continue working.
and let it
Yes.
accumulate and appreciate and all of that.
Yeah. And more than
Nice one.
anything, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for accepting the invite.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, thank you for joining us for yet another exciting episode of Inside Mbombela. We're feeling the love. Don't forget to wear the brand, hashtag wear the podcast. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. It's fun doing this thing for you guys. And yeah, can't wait to see you on the next one. Leo Kind, out.